Hey guys, okay, let me get everything here. Alright, so hey movie fans, welcome to part 2 of my 2-part Halloween review. So let me get my notes here. So in this video, as always, if you have not seen this movie, there will be spoilers. So I suggest you watch this movie first, then come back and then watch the review. But if you don't mind spoilers, let's get into it. So I'm going to start off by saying this. This movie is more gruesome than the first one. It starts out, I mean, I can't even, like, let me just finish what I was saying. I understand that this is what the movie is about, but come on, okay? Come on. Rob Zombie just seemed like he just wanted to up the body count, basically. It just seemed overdone, basically. This one's rated R because I didn't watch the unrated one. It's a slasher thriller. It runs an hour and 59 minutes, directed and written the same as the other one by Rob Zombie. The cast is, I don't think I've mentioned that in part 1, is Scout Taylor-Compton, Malcolm McDowell, Sherry Moon, Brad Dourif, and Daniel Harris. So this movie takes place 2 years after the occurrences of the first Halloween. Laurie lives with Annie and her father, who is still sheriff. Laurie is in therapy and is tortured by PTSD and is basically plagued by horrific nightmares. She has gone from the innocent Laurie to the grungy, tortured Laurie. Scout does an amazing job, just like she did in the first one, by portraying both sides to this. Michael seems less interested in reuniting with his sister and more with killing her. He seems more pissed off in this one than he did in the first one. I'm not sure, just because of the fact that she rejected him just like the rest of his family did, or I don't know what it is. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. So I have one question for you guys. What the hell is up with the mom and the white horse? I don't understand what that is about. I mean, is it me, or did this totally go off track of the whole story? I mean, what does that even mean? I don't understand. I watched that part and I was like, what is this, you know? Like, I don't even have any words for that, and that never happens to me. So let me know what you guys, I mean, if you guys know what that means, let me know, okay? So also, I hate how they portrayed Sam Loomis. They made him seem more of a monster than Michael. And in the original, he is really concerned in keeping Michael contained. So in the end, Laurie finds out, due to Dr. Loomis's money-hungry ways, that she is in fact Michael Myers' little sister. So maybe that's why Rob Zombie did it that way. But I think he could have done it in a different way. So the reason that he did name her Angel was because Michael Myers is considered the devil, so they kind of, angel devil. So after Michael Myers succeeds in killing Annie, Laurie returns back to her vulnerable self and tries to fight back. So there are actually 2 endings here, which I'm going to read off of IMDb. Or IMDb. Sorry, I always get that confused. So here we go. Or actually, this is from Halloween wiki. So here we go. So at the cabin, so this is basically Michael Myers kidnaps her again. He takes her to a cabin after a crash. Laurie comes to see Michael standing over her with an imaginary Debbie Myers and young Michael Myers. Michael and she share the same imagery of Deborah announcing that they are now ready to be a family again. Deborah instructs Laurie to repeat the words, "I love you, Mommy," to her over and over again. Outside, Sheriff Brackett and his men surround the cabin. Helicopter spotlights shine down and the officer's voice shouts through a blowhorn, demanding the occupants of the cabin to come outside. Dr. Loomis arrives and approaches Sheriff Brackett. Like many, Brackett blames Loomis for the Myers fiasco and punches him in the jaw. He withdraws his service revolver and points it at Sam's face, hissing about how much he wants to shoot him. The other officer restrains Brackett and he orders his men to march Loomis away from the scene. Sam breaks the police barricades, however, shouting, "I owe you, Sheriff." He runs inside the cabin where Michael has his captive Laurie. Laurie believes that young Michael is holding her down in her seat, but of course there's nobody else in the cabin but Laurie and Michael. The impression of Deborah gives a nod of approval to Michael, and he tackles Loomis and kills him by slashing and stabbing him in the face and chest. Stepping in front of the window while holding Loomis's body, Michael is shot twice by Sheriff Brackett and falls into the spikes of some framing equipment. Apparently released of the visions, Laurie walks over and tells Michael she loves him. Then she stabs him repeatedly in the chest and finally in the face. The shed door opens and Laurie walks out wearing Michael's mask. As she pulls the mask off, the scene transitions to Laurie in isolation in a psychiatric ward, grinning as a vision of Deborah dressed in white stands with a white horse at the end of the room. So it says this is one of two alternate endings. So the other shows, this is the one I watched, okay? Police await a clear shot of Michael in the shed. The side of the shed is broken as Michael tackles Loomis to the ground outside. Loomis rips off Michael's mask and is stabbed and drops to the ground. Laurie's visions disappear and as she leaves the shed, she approaches Michael's lifeless body. She attempts to stab him and is gunned down by the police, transitioning to the scene of her in the psychiatric ward. So that's the one I watched, which confused me. So the first one actually makes a lot more sense. So with that being said, the only thing I liked was that Laurie found out who she was, but the rest was just too bloody. So I'm going to give it 1 Michael. So basically, I mean, it was good. I'm going to keep it in my collection just for the fact that it's part of the Halloween. And I only watched it just for the fact that it had the Halloween name. And that's the only reason I watched it. But other than that, so I mean, altogether, I mean, it has 4 Michael Myers. So, I mean, that's it. So, make sure you guys subscribe here. Check out my other channel here. And watch out for my new videos here. So, we'll see you guys next.